So hi guys, how many of you know me here? So you guys know me?
Yeah.
Okay. Today my talk will be about how to achieve things early in your career, and you'll get to know why I chose that thing as my particular title. And to give you a brief about me, I'm Nihar. So I'm a content creator. I started my content creation way back in 9th standard itself. And then I failed multiple times. I was experimenting about my content style. And then I started teaching coding while I was studying my engineering itself. During my third semester itself, I started teaching. అరే ఎందుకు తెలుగులో కోడింగ్ నేర్పించకూడదు? That's the reason how I started, because there were like no coding creators or like who teaches Telugu in, teaching coding in Telugu especially. So I thought I'll make content in this particular niche, and that's how I started in my third semester itself. And today I founded my own company. It's been almost 8 months. I started my entrepreneurship journey as well. And yeah, you'll get to know more about me. And going to the next slide. So why do most of the engineers do fail? So here if you can see the numbers, right? 15 lakhs engineering graduates every year in India. So all over India we have almost 15 lakhs engineering graduates coming out of college. And if you can see, just 2 to 3 lakhs are getting placed on campus. On campus, it's like almost just 15 to 20% of the overall number, right? So almost very few people campus, or is a qualified, what do you say, get campus placement. And most of the people, they don't get, they will be like, I'll do masters, or else I'll experiment a different career path, or they stuck in some confusion. That's the harsh reality, right? And if you can see, what are the major problems for this? So the reason number one is massive skill gap. Industry needs versus what students learn. So if you can see, the job stats and all out there, you might be listening like, yeah, wala jobs, both jobs undavu. There will be like hard pace for engineering students and all. But the exact reality is, we do have jobs out there, but still, we are not qualified enough to get that particular job. We are not getting trained in that particular exact way, or like we don't know the exact roadmap itself. We'll be like, fourth year అయిపోతుంది, we still don't know ఏ programming language నేర్చుకోవాలని చెప్పేసి. And that's the harsh realities. Apart from that, the reason number two which I will consider is the outdated curriculum, teaching yesterday's tech for tomorrow's jobs. If you can see, in most of the engineering colleges, that is like maybe tier 2, tier 3 colleges, we still get to see people learning that C programming language, that old school technology stuff they'll be teaching in this computer science. And we do expect quality engineers, graduating out of the college, right? Even for example, in consider top college itself, we do have different branches like AI, ML, data science, cyber security. But what exactly is being taught there? Just for namesake we have cyber security, for namesake we have blockchain. But that's not something exactly which is being taught in top universities as well, right? They are still following the old school curriculum. If you get to see, these two are like the main root problems which I could say. So keeping that aside for some time, so maybe I'll speak about my journey, like how a vocation turned to like starting my own startup, right? So if you guys know about me, I started my content creation way back in my third semester itself. And then I'll tell you, how to achieve things early in your life. So I'll just share a small story from during my 6th and 5th semester days, right? So what started as a simple vocation became the foundation of Codedale. So what happened was, last year, it's in 2024, around May this time, right? So I was just scrolling through YouTube, and if you guys know my friend Harsha, he's my co-founder, he posted some random video like, I quit my 40 LPA job, I quit Zomato, and then, he still, I watched that whole video, he said I'm just figuring out, koncham ekkuva pressure undi, I just left. He spoke all those words, and then somehow I contacted him through Instagram, and then I was like, enti bro, job vadlesa, what happened exactly, how are you interested, what are you doing these days? We just casually had a normal talk. So and then I said, bro, we shared our mutual interest. Bro, I want to do something in this Telugu coding community space. Even he said the same. And then we kind of exchanged our ideas, and our minds were kind of similar. And then I thought, bro, we should definitely meet. There's lots of scope to explore this content creation field, and even in Telugu coding community, around these terms, we should explore something. That's what we thought. And then we thought we should meet sometime. And I guess it was around June, July in the last year. me, myself, and Harsha, and I had another friend called Vasant. So he was also, he completed his masters from NIT Tirchi, and then he was also doing his content creation. And we thought we three should meet sometime. And then we thought we'll come to Bangalore and then we'll catch up there. So we three gathered. We came to Church Street, MG Road, if you guys know. We came there randomly. We booked some random hotel and then we sat for whole night. We was like completely discussing about what problems our Telugu coding community is facing. And then we discussed completely upon those terms. Because these are the problems. This is something which you should tap in, or this with this startup with this start, or else we should be solving this type of problem. That's something we had some ideas shared during that time. And then maybe later, 2 months after, it was during September. First, we thought we'll go to a vacation. Maybe we'll think somewhere. We'll do something, because Harsha quit his job. I was still in my 6th semester way back then. And then Vasant was doing his job. He was also paying. He was also getting paid like around 40 LPA. So he was also making very good money. But we thought we should make something, and then we thought we'll go to Ooty. We'll go for a vacation. We'll spend some quality time there. We'll discuss with you what happens next. We went there. We again discussed. Okay, these are the problems. Let's start something. Let's not wait. Inga postpone చేసుకుంటూ అలా అవుతుంది. Let's start something అని చెప్పేసి. And then we started creating one website. That we named it as Codedale. You guys know how that name came from, Codedale. We randomly named it. We went to a place called Loudale there. So there's a railway station, and then we saw a name called Loudale. The hotel which we stayed was the Skydale, and then Dale was there. And I was coding Codedale we named. We started a company. So that's how we started, and then we built a website. It took us like around 2 weeks. We gathered all roadmaps, resources, everything related to DSA, complete, package, a bundle of package what an engineering student can get. We bundled it, everything, and we launched the website. During that time, because we were content creators, our website still gets 1 lakh views per month, though we are not actively working on it right now, but we still do get 1 lakh views per month, and that's how we started the way back then during September, October last year. And then I called to Asant and I was like, bro, we should move to Hyderabad, and then you should quit job. We should move things faster. And then during that time, I was like in my 6th semester itself, and I had my semester exams coming up. During that time, Vasant took a harsh decision, like I'll quit the job and then we'll go to Hyderabad and we'll start something. So it was around December last year. We came to Hyderabad. I still had my semester exams. We shifted to Hyderabad. We were still like brainstorming around what exactly to do. Me, Harsha, Vasant personally, we visited like lots of coaching centers around in Hyderabad to exactly see what's happening, what's the ground level reality in KBHP, Amirpet. People are like, they're paying 25,000, 30,000, 40,000. One coaching centers, they say like, we have, 3,000 companies tied up with us, you'll get a pakka placement. And then another company tells like, we have 1,000 plus companies partnered with us, job is guaranteed. And then they'll charge 30,000 for 3 or 4 months. You'll get proper. That's how they pitch. And it's a complete, scam or something which you can say, which is being happened in these days. And people do trust that at the end of the day, they end up getting no job at all. There might be good institutions as well, but most of the institutions are like this. That's something which we realized, and then we thought we should not focus on, making business model around that. I'm not speaking in terms of quantity. We should think something out of quality, and then we came there and we thought multiple ideas, coaching center పెట్టేయాలి అక్కడ rent తీసుకోవాలి, this we experimented multiple things, and then finally we ended up with some idea to produce quality output. We'll make some coaching, institute, I would not exactly say institute, they'll actually get to, do hands-on learning, that type of program we thought to start. And then we started something called a Super 30. We took 30 people inside, and then we trained them completely like for 3 months straight. Because we have lesser number of people, we can, concentrate on them more and then provide them with valuable skills. Within 3 months, we actually hired them. We almost hired 7 to 8 people from the batch which we trained itself. They were like excellently coding. I have couple of, team members in my team. There's one guy, his name is Sharan, okay. So this guy, he left his engineering itself in the first year. First year, engineering was like 6 lakhs cutted at engineering college, but he left the job. I asked him, bro, what's the reason? Why did you leave? He said, Anna, పొద్దున్న నుంచి వెళ్తున్నాను, ఈవినింగ్ వరకు వస్తున్నాను, అట్లే 2-3 రోజులు అయింది, చాలా టైం వేస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను అనిపించింది అన్న, I could be more productive అని చెప్పేసి వదిలేశాడంట. He left, he joined our program. Now he's like doing crazy coding, software engineers, even after like, for example, maname anukondi, graduate ayin tarvatiki, after 3-4 years, even we might not be in that position. He's coding that crazily. last 2 months back I got a project in this AI ki sambandhinchi RAG model I wanted to build. Okay, that project I have got. There's one of my intern called as Hrithik. He's from my college itself. By the way, I studied in Bangalore. That guy, he's still pursuing his second semester. And then I was solving this problem around RAG, around these AI terms, right? So I was not able to solve the problems with any of my employees during like 1 month. So I was like, bro, I guess we can't solve. During that time, he came. He's still in his second semester. Bro, give that that particular project to me. I'll figure it out and give it to in 2 days. And then he built a complete RAG model in just 2 days, and he gave it to me. I was not figuring it out. It was like 1 month. నాకు ఇంకా ఏం చేయాలో తెలియదు. He came and he fixed it in 2 days. So that type of people are kind of right now in my team. And I mean, like you might be having some confusion. Why this guy is speaking something out of building products and all? He started something of training and all these, right? So what happened during February, March was right. We started something of this program called as Super 30, and then we realized, we were kind of not getting that engineering kind of feel exactly. We were not exactly building products. We were like more into teaching, and then something we thought like we should also build some company around it. We should build some products. We should also give product as a service. That's something which we thought, and then we also started that as well. So that we rebranded to Coattail again, and then this education, whatever things we were doing, we rebranded to Beyond Basics. So we right now run 2 parallel tracks, that is Beyond Basics and Coattail. So primarily Coattail is we give product as a service. So we got like crazy clients in the like my first client when we started, I was like client etla pattukovala kuda teliyadu, but somehow because of my network which I made during my last 2 years, our first client, he paid us like 8 lakhs for the app which we built, and he also gave share in his company, almost like 2 to 3% share he gave in his company, because he kind of trusted it that much, because he failed multiple times. He tried to build his app, his vision to get that into reality. He failed multiple times, and after he collaborated with us. He was so much happy with our work such that he gave us share in his company as well, and likely like we onboarded multiple clients into our company, and now everything related to Coattail is also going very well. And I'll tell you something in like couple of minutes, but exactly to sum things up, I'll just like give you guys a quick tip. So I believe this thing, the 50-50 success formula. So most of us, we will be like, I said the reality, right? In 4th year also, we'll be like, Anna, a programming language నేర్చుకోవాలి అని చెప్పేసి. But at the end of the day, apart from this learning programming languages, like learning proper tech stack, you should also have these soft skills in reality. So it's like you should also master technical skills. That is, you should be knowing coding, you should be knowing BSA, you should have good projects in your resume. Apart from that, you should also have soft skills. Like you should be good at speaking, you should be good at leadership, you should be good at teamwork, because these are things HR round lo mottam ivey chustaru kada. We have this, and then HR round lo mottam will be like blank అయిపోతాం, and then we proper technical skills unna kuda job రాకపోయేదానికి ఛాన్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటది. So we should also have these things. So if we can like zoom in a bit, what are the essential soft skills which we should be having? We should be good at communication. So articulate ideas clearly, present solutions effectively, right? So ఏదైనా ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అడిగినప్పుడు ఇంటర్వ్యూయర్, we should be in a good position to tell, to communicate what exactly is happening, how I can solve this particular problem. That thing we should be having. We should be good at teamwork, we should be good at leadership, and then we should be good at creativity. So ఎందుకు ఇవన్నీ చెప్తున్నాను, సాఫ్ట్ స్కిల్స్ ఆర్ రిక్వైర్డ్ అంటున్నాను అంటే, so you should, and also to get success early, or else to achieve things early, you should start as early as possible. I personally myself, I created a LinkedIn profile before entering my BTech college. I was like experimenting around ఏముంటది LinkedIn లో, what exactly is LinkedIn, and then I sent connection request randomly to my college seniors, and then I was getting to know about college. That's like one kind of my first step to start my journey. I started creating this LinkedIn profile early in my career. I wanted to end my TED talk with this word: don't just walk the road, make your own path and leave a mark. Thank you guys.